going to read it again, Phyllis?
The wisdom of the ancient Eastern philosophers said that the real world cannot be put into words, and anything that can be put into words is not the real world.
Yes, thank you. Ask you guys, when I say that we are the energy beings, right? Or the spiritual beings. What do you understand by the energy? When I tell you to describe energy, how will you describe it?
Energy.
Did you once say it was a vibration? Like a vibration?
Yes. A vibration creates the energy, yes. How would you describe the vibrations?
Sound? You said sound?
Sound comes out of vibrations, just like the light does. Yes.
Universal life force. There you go.
Yes. But
Universal
how do you
life force.
describe it?
Oh.
How would you be able to?
Is that when you said it was all the lights? The I don't know.
Yes, the lights is a. So this is what exactly what it's saying. And what is the reality? The reality, the truth about this universe is that everything is energy. Everything is one spirit, one God, whatever you want to name it. It doesn't matter. Consciousness, Atma, Paramatma.
Universal life force?
Yes, universal life force. Whatever you want to say, it's just the names, right? But you cannot describe it, right? But when we say that whatever we see and whatever we perceive and what has come out of that energy, what is created with that energy, by that energy, and also for that energy, everything that is in this universe is because of that energy, that one energy. So if that one energy is manifesting as the creation, then that you can describe, right? You can see it, you can perceive it, you can describe it. But is that the reality?
No.
No.
The reality is that everything, when you finish, when you dissolve everything, because whatever is created has to dissolve one day. Yeah? So it cannot be, it has to go through the cycle of creation, maintenance and destruction. Everything that is created has to go through the cycle of creation, maintenance and destruction. So when everything goes through this, then ultimately destruction is the ultimate form. But destruction of that what? Destruction of that form, not the energy. Energy is the same. I was just describing in the last time also, the last sentence also I described you. It is only one energy. It is our minds, we are all different minds, that is creating different reality for ourselves. It's creating a different life for ourselves because we all have a different mindsets. And those minds are full of, mind is what? Information, thoughts, right? Mind is thoughts. So, and those thoughts are coming out of information that you have accumulated, that you are seeing and perceiving now, and that you are imagining. So all that information, all that thing that your imagination in the form of thoughts is your mind. Okay, so the mind is creating it, using that one energy to create this body for you, to create all your experiences with this body, and even create, once this body is gone, create a new body for you next time, and then a new body. And this way you have created so many bodies, traveled so many lifespans, had so many experiences, and as a result accumulated so much more knowledge into your mind. Still the mind is very small comparative to what the information is there. The knowledge that you can tap into is infinite. And as I was saying, our nature is Sat Chit Anand, which is knowing the truth about ourselves as spiritual beings rather than this body and the mind. Secondly, full of knowledge, awareness. The more aware we are, the more knowledge we get. Because then we know, we see how to perceive, how to act, interact, how to respond. Everything is in our control then. So we can create anything and everything that we want to. It is all about awareness. And third is full of bliss, peace, love, happiness. And why is that? Because if there are no more, you could say, dwands, no more conflicts in your mind, you can create anything and everything. It's all the conflicts that's going on in your mind that is keeping you from creating something positive and something beautiful for yourself.
Why is it so hard to get rid of those conflicts in your mind? Because
It's
I really
information.
want to.
So that is what the process of getting rid of those, and first understanding it, noticing it. First step is to notice it, understand it, it's a conflict, and then to get rid of it. So that is a part of being mindfulness, awareness. That is how we raise our awareness. When we start doing the practice of mindfulness, we are doing is raising our awareness.
We have to cultivate our thoughts.
You have to cultivate it for every little negative thoughts that are coming up and bothering you. You have to cultivate it. You have to start noticing it, and also the responses that you're doing on the basis of those thoughts. How you're responding into different situations. You have to watch it. You have to understand it, and then make a choice. Do you want to continue that path, or do you want to change the path? And
It's
that
up to
is how
that-
you improve yourself.
It's up to that singular organism to do it.
Every mind has to, and this will. Or other way is, if you don't want to do or go through this whole step, start believing that you are a spiritual being, and the mind is just an object that you are using. So now you have distanced yourself from the mind. Now you are watching. Now you are a spectator. You are not whatever is going on in the mind, good or bad. You are just a spectator. You are not getting involved in the other person's information and entanglements. So if you are not going to get involved, you are not going to create new karmas, and you are not going to be bothered by whatever is going on in the mind.
Because the pure
Everything is done
reason
by
of-
the mind only by the mind, nothing else. Nobody else can do it. So what you are suffering or enjoying is because you have created with your mind for that. Whatever is happening, that is why I always say 100% responsibility of whatever is happening in your life. You alone. Nobody else can interfere in your energy. I cannot get into your mind and do things for you. You do with your mind whatever you want. I can influence you with my information. But whether you accept it and whether you perceive it and whether you use it or not is up to you. Right? Choice is always in our own hands. So we are 100% responsible for whatever is happening in our life. And that is because it's our mind that is creating whatever is happening in our life, good or bad. If something bad is happening or has happened, a bad situation came up, well, that is also because of your own karma. And karma is nothing but also information. Karma is nothing but information. In the past, you did some bad action. A reaction has to come because that's the law of universe. A reaction is coming now, creating the similar kind of a situation so that you can learn through it and come out in a positive manner rather than again create a negative. That is for your learning aspect, and unless you learn that, you will not grow. And it is for your growth purposes that the challenges come, and you go through those challenges, you learn from it, and then you excel. So that is how your spiritual growth, your mental growth, your emotional growth happens. So it is an important thing. It's an important aspect that the universe is in fact helping you by giving you those challenges so you can overcome them and you can grow.
So something very
And
bad.
eventually, when we say self-realization experience comes, that is nothing but understanding yourself, not only believing, but going through the experience and understanding it, that is who you really are. It is not just a book, read on the book, listened by Madhu, or gaining information through some movie, Matrix. Anyway, whatever is your life is your own creation,
It's mind blowing because
but you are not that. So ultimately you have to understand that we are not that. Who are we?
Spirits, energy.
Energy.
And what is the energy doing?
Vibrating at a certain level.
Supplying energy to that body. All the 5 bodies, the supply of the energy, you are that supply. You are the energy that is making all the 5 bodies work. Otherwise, if your supply or if your plug is pulled out, lamp is not going to light. So none of your bodies will work if that energy is pulled away. Okay, so even the mind needs that energy. Your memory, intellect, body also needs that same energy to work, and so is your emotional body, and so is your physical body. Physical body, you see it every time there's a death of the physical body. That same energy leaves the body, and you see it every time, every day almost, right? It's happening every day to thousands of people. So you're seeing it, you're witnessing it. So that is only one body you're witnessing it. But eventually, you will see in the self-realization experience, you will be beyond all the 5 bodies, and you will see none of the bodies are working, because now you have separated yourself from those 5 bodies. So when you are standing away from those 5 bodies, witnessing all the drama happening, then you see it as a drama, as a play happening, and you do not want to get involved. So when that happens, when you become just a witnesser of the life, whatever it's playing out as, when we start becoming just a witnesser, then that is our freedom. Because now you are not being affected by all the information that is either stored or whatever is happening around in the universe. Nothing is affecting you. You are at your peace, at your extreme peace, extreme happiness, bliss, full of knowledge that you are a spiritual being rather than all this trauma, mind and intellect, body, and all the things happening in the body, 5 bodies. So you are just a witnesser, and you have the true knowledge of yourself as a spiritual being, as an energy being, and which is God Himself. What is God? God has all the knowledge and full of bliss, peace, love, happiness, right? That is the reality. And He can create anything, can maintain anything, destroy anything. That is what you will be. You will be a God yourself, because then you will create whatever you want to create. You can maintain it, and you can destroy it anytime you want to, because now you are acting as a witnesser, not as thinking that this is who you are. When you are creating something out of clay, you can create whatever you want, you can maintain it for as long as you want, and then destroy it also and recreate something new, right? Out of that clay. That is how it is. Your minds are like that clay, and you are the energy that is making those bodies work and create anything out of
It's
it.
like saying we're always evolving.
And that is what the God does. He created this universe, created us, and
We're always
all
evolving, right? Always evolving.
why we are getting all this suffering is, or whatever drama that's happening, because we think this is happening to us. But that is not really true, right? If the clay is destroyed, whatever you created, made a dog out of it or an elephant out of it, if you destroy that clay, do you think it's you who's being destroyed?
No.
You understand it's the clay, right? And you can recreate anything out of the same clay.
Make something new.
Yes. So similarly, you are not associating yourself with the clay. Similarly, if you stop associating yourself with those 5 bodies and thinking this is who you are, I am, I'm getting depressed, I'm happy, I'm sick, I'm whatever. Everything is happening in those 5 bodies. The physical body may be sick, mental body may be disturbed, emotional body may be very feeling sad or whatever. But everything is happening in those 5 bodies. It's not happening to you. Okay? When we start disassociating ourselves from those 5 bodies, that is when the freedom comes. I just gave you the example of the clay for you to understand that when we destroy the elephant that we made out of clay, we are not unhappy, because we know that we can recreate something different from that same material. Similarly, when you separate yourself from these 5 bodies, then you will see everything as a witnesser. And as a witnesser, you will see the destruction also happening, and you will be able to create also using those 5 bodies, using the mind. Or the tool to create is mind. Mind is the tool that you use to create, or to maintain, or to destroy. So mind is the tool. You can use the same mind to create anything else, something different, something positive. something that you want to enjoy, rather than creating whatever has been happening. And out of compulsion and old habits, you are recreating all the bad things again and again, and then suffering out of it. And then you're thinking, why I can't get rid of it. Knowing yourself as a spiritual being. So that is what the sentence meant. Okay? That the reality is that we are the spiritual beings, we are not the physical beings or the five bodies that we see and perceive ourselves to be, and that what really we are cannot be described, and whatever we see and perceive can easily be described. But that is not the reality, is it? Because none of those things will exist without that energy. Even these five bodies that we use are made of that energy. Because if that energy was not there, those five bodies will not exist either. So anything and everything in this universe is made of that energy, is using the same energy to create new things, and is for that energy also. Because who's using it? Us. And we are also the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, it is by... It's like a government, you know. Yes, a democratic government is made of that people, by that people, and for the people. Similarly, just use those of, by, and for energy. Okay? So, everything is made of energy, by that energy, and for the energy. It's democratic, see. So, and I can also give you one mantra which will help you to dissociate yourself from those all five bodies. If you repeat this mantra to yourself all the time, anytime and every time and all the time, in your mind. So what will happen? The mind will, instead of thinking of this and that, is going to get involved in one mantra, right? Repeating that mantra in the mind. And that will happen. What will happen then? Then that information will get stored in your mind and in all your five bodies. And as a result, that distance that I'm talking about, creating a distance between you and your five bodies, will automatically happen.
I like
Okay?
what she said earlier about telling your mind to shut up, because sometimes
No.
it's just so busy.
No.
No.
So that is mindfulness, but this I'm talking about a mantra. Mantra is another sound.
To
that-
replace the thought.
Yes.
Replace the thought.
Yes, so you can use that mantra, or you can keep repeating it in your mind all the time, whenever you can think of it, whenever you can remember it. Just keep repeating it, and eventually, maybe 6 months down the line, you will see that now you have become more of a witnesser rather than getting involved in the situations and acting out different responses. You're responding rather than reacting to different situations. So that will automatically happen, because now you are... so what this mantra does is, it starts your seeking.
So that's
And the strong belief will, not only strong belief will come, but as I said, your information, that is all the other garbage that is coming up, whenever that garbage is coming, start repeating that mantra, and you will see that garbage will flow away from you. It will stop bothering you, and instead it will start your seeking of really who you really are. Okay?
So what is
One mantra.
Yeah.
Okay, one mantra is, which is a universal sound. What is that universal sound? Om. So you can either chant Om. So that is just has no meaning. Okay, Om has meaning?
no.
No, it's just a sound,
Yeah.
right? But it is the highest vibrational sound. It will take all your energies high up. Why will it take it up? Because now you are seeking to connect to that vibrational frequency, right?
But it's amazing.
Huh?
It's amazing to meditate on that.
What?
It's amazing to meditate on that. I love it.
Yes. So it is amazing, yes.
I don't
It is
understand
amazing
it.
because it is vibrating at a higher frequency. When we chant in our mind, we are raising our vibrational frequency. And now, instead of thinking of all the negative things that your mind usually does, and if you replace those thoughts with the chanting of Om, then you are automatically erasing that information, replacing that information with Om. And Om is the highest vibrational frequency. It will take your energy up and it will also help you to get rid of those negative thoughts. Okay, so that is the one mantra. That is a easy mantra that anybody and everybody can use and has no meaning at all. Okay,
And it's most amazing.
it's the most amazing mantra. Yes, yes, it's 632 hertz and it's very highest vibrational frequency, and it will raise your frequency so much that you will start getting the knowledge of the universe and the Om sound by itself. Okay, your brain will open up to that. Second mantra that you can also use, which is also a very strong mantra, which is also seeking, is that actually you can do 3, but third one is too big, so I think just is big. Yeah. So the second mantra that I recommend is, which I also used, and I still use it, is that I am the Atma, or I am the energy, or I am the spiritual being. That's just this. Keep repeating to yourself that I am the Atma, or I am the God, or I am the, whichever word you want
Could
to.
you spell Atma? I am.
Atma, if you don't understand, is say I am the energy being, or I am the spiritual being. Okay, whatever. Or I am the consciousness. You understand consciousness, or I am the soul.
Yeah.
I am the spirit. Whichever word doesn't matter. It is the understanding of the concept that matters.
Yes.
Okay, what word you use, words are ultimately made by the human beings, right? So you can use another word, but what you're thinking with a new word that you're associating, if I say, okay, go-go is the meaning of the Atma. So that's a new word introduced as a consciousness. Go-go. So I am the go-go. Okay. So words doesn't mean anything. Words are only to symbolize something. But what is it symbolizing? That is what is the ultimate thing. And what is it symbolizing? Consciousness. I am the spirit. I am the soul. I am the Atma. I am the Paramatma. I am the God. Means that I am the universe. So when you start thinking in this manner and continuously tell yourself that I am this soul or spirit or Atma, what are you doing? You're replacing again your negative thoughts, all your other thoughts with this. And also whenever your mind is idle, it will always go back into the past. Instead of letting it go back into the past, use this mantra to bring it to the present, connect it to the I am the soul, I am the Atma, I am the consciousness, and continue replacing same information with this information. This information will go into all your 5 bodies. It will get engraved there, and then you will see that you will start seeing yourself. Then you won't have to repeat after 6 months or even 1 year. You will see, you won't have to repeat this mantra. You will just disassociate yourself completely from the situation, and you will understand, because you won't have to. Now why we have to repeat it? Because right now we have to make our mind and our intellect body, it has to go into those memory, it has to go and get inscribed into that. Once it's inscribed, you don't have to repeat it and tell your mind that you are the soul. It is already now there. It will tell you that you are the soul. Do not get involved in the drama that's happening. Okay, so that is how it works. Okay, so you will be always conscious of that mantra, and you will then become a spectator. You will become a witnesser of the whole drama that's going on, and that is your freedom. Why is it freedom? Because now you will be free from all the negativity and the positivity. Either the happiness or the joy or the sadness will not affect you. You will always be at peace within yourself. And that is the state of godliness. Okay, that is the state that you want to reach. When nothing affects you, you are just a spectator of all the drama going on. You are not even running after the material aspects, material things. Why? Because they are there for you to use, but not to run after them or hoard them, or you do wrong karmas, create wrong karmas, trying to take something away from the other people, or to not share it with other people. It's a few things that everybody should be able to share and enjoy it while you are here for a short journey. When you start thinking in that manner, you will see your life changes, completely changes. you will not be creating any new karma, and you will be free from the cycle of birth and death. You will not have to take a new birth after that. Because now you have learned exactly who you are, and there is nothing else to learn. Everything is at your tip, and you can create anything using your mind, or uncreate what you have already created by mistake. When the reaction comes, you go through it, understanding it's just a reaction, it'll pass, and I have to deal with this reaction in a positive manner. That's it. Once you start doing that, you will see everything will become very easy. Life will become like a flow of river, and it will just go by so smoothly. And the knowledge that I'm sharing you'll be giving it to other people then. Okay? So, all we have to do is keep reciting this mantra that I am the consciousness, I am the soul, I am the spirit. Just remind yourself every day, in and out, running, doing whatever you want, doing in the bathroom, in the kitchen, everywhere, in the drama, watching the drama, and still moving, and still in the back of your mind, this mantra should continuously go on. And you will see the difference. After 6 months, we can come to the class. When you come to the class, we'll discuss it, how it changed your life. Okay? And the meditation, then you won't have to do it. It will happen to you. Meditation is not actually, nobody has to do the meditation. This thing, meditation that I teach you guys, this is for initial stages, for the people, so that you can control your mind, or you can channelize your mind to quieten down. This is the purpose of the guided meditation that I'm doing. Otherwise, meditation is something that happens to you. I never did meditation in my life. I never knew there was a meditation thing. It started happening automatically. Automatically my eyes closed, automatically I went into samadhi, automatically the information started coming. So all these things automatically happens. You don't have to do an effort to do that. But when you're making an effort, that is because initial stages you have to get into. It's like, unless you learn the alphabets and then how to connect those alphabets to make the words and then the sentences, you cannot read the book, right? So in order to be able to read the book, you have to first learn the alphabet, and this is what we are doing. And learning the alphabet, now we are learning in the stage of words, because you have progressed. You guys have progress to words. Soon it will be sentences, when you are able to express the knowledge to other people also, and to understand it yourself. And then when the meditation starts happening, you will become the guru yourself. Yes.
I was looking at a video of Sadhguru teaching the correct way to say Om. So, of course he says it's not Om, this is how you say it. But then somewhere in the video he speaks about some of the traditional religions, and at the end of a prayer or a service the people say Amen. He says, but in some religions, in some churches or whatever, the people say Amen. But he said if you listen, it's then you don't say the N at the end. So he makes a comparison between Amen and Om.
So it's not about the words. Om is not a word. Om is just a combination of 3 sounds, which is A, U, is, why is it why I'm saying Because when you close your mouth completely, that's the sound it will come. So if I want to write this how will I write? Right? That's how I will write it or describe it. So it is just how our mouth is using the energy to create a sound. And our mouth can only expand fully, or it can expand halfway, or it can close and create a sound. So there are 3 ways of creating a sound. And any other kind of sounds that you create, either the mouth is fully open, or it's half open, or whichever angle, doesn't matter at what degree it is open, and or it is closed, right? So all the sounds are within that Om sound, and that is why we say Om has a highest vibrational frequency. It is the highest vibrational frequency sound.
I heard it once said that Om is the sound of the universe. But there's also a standard Sanskrit symbol of Om.
Yes, and that indicates the sign of Sanskrit sign of Om indicates the vibrational frequency of it's indicating actually the vibrations which is creating the sounds. So everything is coming out of, so whole universe is full of vibrations, and everything that vibrations are creating, the first manifestation from that vibrations is the light. In the physical sense that you can see is the white light, and from the white light comes the sound. Okay, so everything is created by that vibrations, and the universe is nothing but vibrations, but those vibrations also fold back into the black hole. Then there's nothing, right? It is all completely nothing. That is why we say we have come out of nothing, because there are not even vibrations. Vibrations only happen when the energy starts coming out of that black hole. What is a black hole? Just folding into one point. I have always told you, right? That when the energy folds back into one point, and then it expands into creation. So when that energy starts expanding from the one point to the whole creation, the first thing that comes out is the vibrations. That vibration creates the energy, that will create the light, and that will create the sound, and then the whole universe. Okay? So that is the process. But when we want to worship that source of energy, can you worship that point? If I say, okay, that's the point, go worship. So you won't understand. So that is why we have a Shivaling. Shivaling is a symbol of that point. It is anything that is in a round or oval shape stone also. We can say this is the source of energy. This is the source from where the whole creation happened, and as a result we are worshipping that source. And I have shown you those siblings, right? I can show you again.
I want to go back to the mantra for a second.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking I want to create a mantra that I can recite at
So I've
various
given you two
times.
simple
Yes,
mantras.
I have created one already in my mind.
Okay, good.
And I just want to go back to the mantra for a second.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking I want to create a mantra that I can recite at
So I've
various
given you two
times.
simple
Yes,
mantras.
I have created one already in my mind.
Okay, good.
And I just would repeat that
In your
in my
mind all
mind.
the time. Okay, continuously. And especially when you are distressed or thinking, going in a negative manner,
Mhm.
or something that you want to get rid of or change,
Yes.
go back and fall back into the mantra, because that's the God's energy that you're connecting to now. So that energy will help you to uplift you, to get you out of that mess that you are
Mm-hmm.
created with your mind.
Way to put it.